if you love novels where the female lead is a badass, they are kicking asses, they are making things move, they are bosses, they are making the money, they're giving headache to the male lead, these books are for you. And I'm going to start with the number one. The number one book is called The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I enjoyed reading this book to the T. Let me read for you the synopsis. She got his back, he got her heart. They've got a secret. What could possibly go wrong? Hannah Brooks looks more like a kindergarten teacher than someone who could kill you with her bare hands. But the truth is, she's an elite bodyguard and she's just been hired to protect a superstar actor from his stalker. Jack Skepton, a Hollywood heartthrob captured by paparazzi on beaches the world over, rising out of the waves in clingy board shorts and glistening like Roman deity. When Jack mums gets sick, he comes home to the family Texas ranch to help out. Only one catch: he doesn't want his family to know about his stalker or the bodyguard thing. And so Hannah, against her will and her better judgment, finds herself pretending to be Jack's girlfriend as a cover. Protecting Jack should be easy, but protecting her own heart, that's the hardest thing she's ever done. And I know in a video before I said that I don't like where the male lead is a superstar and all that, but in this case I don't have an issue because the girl is not somewhere drooling over the man like, oh my god, and the male lead is not really saving the female lead. The female lead is here now saving the male lead because it is the female lead who is the bodyguard and the male lead is in danger. So of course this is a romance, so you need to read the book to find out what happens, but it's such a good read from the story. And then this female lead, she's the no nonsense type of person, so it gets very interesting to see her fall in love. Oh my god. So what I love about this, you see a character fall in love without drooling all over a man and all that stuff, but you still get to find her cute, to see how she processes her emotion, and to see how she works hard to ensure that this male lead is safe. Let's not talk about how it is the female lead protecting the male lead from danger. My cup of tea. I like this girl and she's excellent. She's winning. She's actually the top in her company. She's the best bodyguard ever. She's winning it. She loves to work. She's everything that women empowerment should stand for. If you love such books, check out the description. The next book is called The Rescuer. It's called The Rescuer, and I'm going to read. It's a very short synopsis here. It says Stephen O'Malley is a paramedic who has been rescuing people all his life, but he's running now from the burden of his profession, from the grief of losing his sister, and from a God he doesn't want to trust. He runs into a mystery. Stolen jewels are turning up in unexpected places, and his friend Megan is caught up in the middle of the trouble. Stephen is about to run into a night he will never forget: a kidnapping, a tornado, and a race to rescue the woman he loves. Don't miss this last book in the exciting O'Malley series. So the synopsis has not done the book justice. So the synopsis focuses on Stephen O'Malley, but personally I focused on the female lead, that is Megan. So because of 1, 2, 3, you'll find out in the book Megan becomes blind. She was not born blind, she becomes blind. But what I love and why she's a badass female lead, she does not live life. She has been in love with Stephen all her life, but you don't see her drooling over the man. She is there picking her pieces, moving on, doing life, facing life. And when she gets blind, you don't see her saying, oh my god, oh my god. She's there trying to adjust. Although she has issues accepting help, but you see someone who is willing to live life to the fullest regardless of the hardship that comes her way. This is something that I loved about Megan. I loved about this female lead. Regardless of how unfortunate her situation is, I didn't pity her, not even one bit. There was a point you cry because how she gets blind is it's so sad. It's so sad. Although it's a fiction, it's so sad. You actually feel it. But you see her, you see the way she gets on her 2 feet, you see the way she processes, the way the male lead is behaving, you see her stand on her own 2 feet. She is a female lead. She is a badass. She may not be kicking or fighting anyone, but she's making sure that her life moves on. She's living on excellently and doing her life justice, regardless of the injustice that happens to her. So you need to read that. Next is a book that I don't quite like. Actually, let me say it is the male lead that I don't like, but the female lead in this book was awesome. The book is The Lost Library by Melissa Coslin. The female lead in this book is everything. Number one, she is a tech guru. Number two, she's a genius. Number three, she can fight. Number four, she's not a damsel in distress. Although her life is in danger, she is on the number one in all that list of people who want to protect her. She's number one. She's doing everything to protect her life. She's the type of she defines badass to the T. So let me read the synopsis. Carly Libu has been aiding hackers with the cryptology skills to track an apparent terrorist organization. When they discover what she's been doing, they target her. Asha Cross, billionaire recluse, insists on aiding her, though she doesn't understand why. Asha Cross has secrets. He must help Carly keep her alive, but he cannot let her understand his past or his motivation in order to protect her. They discover that the terrorist organization is searching for the Golden Library of Moscow, which was the first assembled by Ivan the Great and had grown over time to include the oldest and most valuable text in the world, including missing masterpieces. They believe the library holds black magic and the secret to everlasting life. If it was stolen from them by Carly's ancestor, and Carly holds a clue to its location handed down by her mother. In order to free herself and Asha, Carly must race against the terrorists, find the library, and share it with the world. Will they be able to solve the mystery surrounding the lost library, or risk losing their lives? Gosh, this book, if I by look the things I don't like, it's an interesting read. And from the summary does this book justice. This is a very worthy book, especially if you like female lead who are screaming women empowerment. Gosh, this book is a must. And last but not least, this book, I've talked about this book a million times, If I Run series by Terry Blackstock. If I Run series by Terry Blackstock. So I'm going to read the synopsis again. Casey knows the truth, but it won't set her free. Casey Kosk's DNA is all over the crime scene. There is no use talking to the police. They failed her abysmally before. She has to flee before she's arrested, or worse. The truth doesn't matter anymore. But what is the truth? That's the question haunting Dylan Roberts, the war-weary veteran hired to find Casey. PhD has marked him damaged goods, but bringing Casey back can redeem him. Though the crime scene seems to tell the whole story, details of the murder aren't adding up. Casey Kosk doesn't fit the profile of a killer, but are Dylan's skewed perception keeping him from being objective? If she isn't guilty, why did she run? Unveiling her past and the evidence that condemns her will take more time than he has. But as Dylan's damaged soul intersects with hers, he is faced with two choices. The girl who occupies his every thought is a psychopathic killer or a selfless hero. And the truth could be the most deadly weapon yet. This is a very good mystery novel. This is definitely worth checking out. It's 3 parts. We have If I Run, If I Live, and If I'm Found. And all 3, you can read it standalone. You will still understand it. You can read it. I believe you can. Okay, I didn't read them standalone, but I believe you can read them standalone and you'll still understand. However, if you start one, you'll read all of them. It's such a beautiful read. You see Casey again. Why do I like her? She is fighting for her life. She's not waiting for some hero, for some Spider-Man, Superman somewhere to save her. She's using all the skills she has been taught by her father to prove herself innocent. She is beating the police at her game. She is screaming badass. And if you like such storyline and plot, you definitely need to get this book. And of course, there is romance, which makes the plot even more interesting. Yes, and did I say it is written by a Christian author? Amazing. And even if you're not a Christian, you can still read this book and enjoy it all through. Yeah, yes. So how to get all these books that I've talked about and even more, check out the link in description and we'll get you one. Again, for now, I don't have Amazon links, but I'm working on it, and by the grace of God, once I do, I will be happy, you will be happy, everyone will be happy. But until then, all I have to say is happy reading.